In this short video, I want to show you how to edit non-destructively in Audacity. So let's go. This screen that I have open here on my computer is a short little thing that I recorded just a minute ago using the internal mic on my MacBook Pro. But I want to use it to show you how to edit non-destructively in Audacity in the event that you're not real familiar with it or that you're not real comfortable with it. So let's start by playing through this and give it a listen. I'm recording a short piece of audio here so that I can use it in a video to demonstrate real-time editing. There's a little breath that I took because I want to get that breath out of there. And here's a long pause that we'll delete. Quite a long pause. This is being recorded on my internal microphone on my laptop because you need to know that when you hear the audio quality isn't that good. That should do it. So let's take this back to the beginning and talk about it. A real improvement in Audacity, which I think occurred in 3.0.0, it's all kind of a blur, but somewhere back there in the threes it occurred, is that when you split a track, you don't get rid of the information that's in the track. Let me show you what I mean. If I put my cursor here where this long pause is, and I split this track, and I have a shortcut set up for it, Command P, but if you don't have a shortcut set up for it, let me show you where it is, at least on a Mac. You can come up to the Edit drop-down menu, and then you can go to Audio Clips, and right there is the Split command. And you'll see that I have a shortcut key assigned to it of Command P. So I don't necessarily need to come up to this drop-down menu each time. I can just use the shortcut key once I've got my cursor where I want to put it. So let's go back to the cursor here, and we'll close this window out, and I'm going to press Command P right now, and that split my audio in two. Now I can take this other piece of audio and I can move it around, do whatever I want to do with it. But here's the beauty of non-destructive editing within Audacity. It's a real improvement, and it really puts Audacity on a par with a lot of other DAWs. If I come here to either one of these clips until I get a double arrow, I can simply slide this thing around to wherever I want and let go of it. And the nice thing about it is that when I do that, it doesn't delete any of the information. It's non-destructive. So if I want to shorten this pause right here, I can shorten it there, and I can take this one back as well. And then I can simply slide these two together. And let's listen through this short piece right here and see what that sounds like now with a shorter pause. There's a little breath that I took because I want to get that breath out of there. And here's a long pause that we'll delete. Quite a long pause. That sounds a lot better. It really flows. So let's leave it like that. And again, if we ever want to go back and regain any information or reclaim any information that's in those original clips, we can simply adjust the clip again and we'll get that information back. Now we can do the same thing here where we've got this breath that I took on purpose. Let's listen to it. So to demonstrate real-time editing. There's a little breath that I... So that's not a bad breath, but let's play with it anyway and see what we can do with it. Again, I'm going to put my cursor right here. I'm going to press Command P. I'm going to split this. And I just don't want that breath in there. So let's take it just like this. But I want to leave perhaps that gap. I want to leave that cadence in there. I just don't want the breath in there. So let's play through it now and see what it sounds like. So that I can use it in a video to demonstrate real-time editing. There's a little breath that I took. So I am still hearing a little bit of the breathing right here at the end. So let's bring this back over. And then let's go ahead and slide this a little bit closer. And to make up for it, we'll bring this one in as well. And let's listen through that first one again. So that I can use it in a video to demonstrate real-time editing. There's a little breath that I took because... So that sounds like pretty good cadence. So I've got this little track pretty much where I want it. I think here at the end, I'm going to shorten it up a bit. So let's take our tool and let's go back over here to the end and let's shorten it up. And now let's listen to that part. When you hear the audio quality isn't that good. That should do it. So that cuts it a little bit shorter. I don't have that long trail at the end or that long tail at the end of, nothing going on. So that cleaned it up a little bit. Now let's fit the whole thing in our screen once again. And now what you can do if you want to is join these sections of audio. But be advised, once you join these sections of audio, you can't reclaim what's in between there that you removed earlier. So be careful when you're joining a track together. Now I can scroll through each one of these sections and join them separately. Or since I know I want to join the entire track, I can simply select the entire track. And if we come back up to our edit drop-down menu where we were a minute ago, you can see that under join, I've got another shortcut that's Command J. And so let's get out of here. And since I've got the entire track highlighted, I'm going to press Command J and we'll join each section of audio in this track. So here's a Command J. And now I've got one continuous track. I've done my editing and I like this track the way it is. Now keep in mind, if I save this right now and close out Audacity and reopen it, that join command is destructive. So with non-destructive editing, if I had left those like they were as individual audio clips, then I could go back and recapture the audio that I originally had. So I'm going to press Command Z to undo that join command. And then let's unselect the track. Maybe, there we go. And now I can move my audio clips around again. I can put it back to the original way that it was if I want to do that. And I can also, if I move this all the way over, let me show you this. If I keep going, when I actually split that track, it didn't delete what was to the left of the track. In other words, it didn't delete what was to the left of the point where I split it. It's all still there. The only reason I can't go any further is because I'm butting up against that other track. But let me show you this. If we go to tracks and we add a new mono track below this, I can then drag this piece of audio that I had deleted down here, and I can open it back up again, and I've got a duplicate of what's in the first track up above. So you can kind of see how that works. When you split a track this way, you're retaining all of the information in the entire track, and you can always go back and reclaim it. Now, if we combine this with real-time effects, then we've really got a useful tool in terms of non-destructive editing. And as you no doubt know, if we go to the effects button on a track, we can here add real-time effects. And Audacity is starting to move some of their effects into the real-time category. Right now, they've got these 5, which really have more to do with music than they do for spoken word. But Audacity now gives us the option of using real-time effects in addition to non-destructive editing. And this is a huge step forward in terms of usability and competitiveness with other DAWs. So there's a quick look at some non-destructive editing within Audacity. I use other DAWs from time to time. I use Reaper. I use Pro Tools a little bit. I use GarageBand, Logic Pro, and in the past I've used Adobe Audition. But I keep coming back to Audacity because it's so simple. There are things in Audacity that are easier to perform, functions that are easier to do in Audacity than they are in more high-dollar DAWs. And as Audacity continues down this road of non-destructive editing and real-time effects and gives us more options for more real-time effects, it's just going to get better and better. So that's all I have for you in this video. But before I let you go, let me just thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel. It's growing in leaps and bounds, and I really, really do appreciate it. But a word about comments. I get a lot of comments on my videos, but I can't answer them all. In fact, it's getting harder and harder for me to reply to your comments. But know that I do see them and I do read them, and so I'm going to be very selective about the ones that I answer because it's time-consuming. It takes a lot of time. There's a whole bunch of you and only one of me, so I have to be careful with that. And also, I'm really unable to help you troubleshoot something if you've got a problem with Audacity or your computer or some kind of compatibility issue. That's really outside the scope of what I'm doing here, and so I can't really do that. But I'll have a link in this video to the users forum in Audacity, and you can go there to lay out your issue that you're having with Audacity and hopefully get a response and get a reply and get a solution. And also, here's a shameless plug for the classes that I teach. I teach Audacity step-by-step, beginner to advanced, and I teach ACX audiobook production using Audacity. You can find both of those by going to audacitybootcamp.com, and I'll have a link to that in the description below as well, and it's also linked up in the header. So I'll let you go, and until next time, you all take care.